Up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yeah. Welcome to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd. And joining me today, sorry, Sheldon, even though it's only part of him.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm Royal A. Shepherd, your host for this evening. And joining me today, even though I put him on the bottom, I'm going to start with the white man himself, my boy Alexander Sheltman. Sheltman, how you doing today, brother?
I'm well. I have a 4-day weekend off of work. How about yourself? How's the move?
It is cool. As you can see, I got the computer all set up. We got that Wi-Fi bumping in here. So, you know, been here about not quite 48 hours yet, but yeah, so far so good. Having a good time. Jordan, pulling up one time for the one time. Shout out to the Half a Can gang. Jordan, how you doing this evening?
What up? I'm good. Today was a good lesson in niggas dick ride with no license. On Twitter, you know, he know who he is. So
yeah. People on Twitter are weird because they have been looking for basement members to try and figure out what we were going to say about Tyler Herro's explosive, I guess, early goings in this game. Pulling up on the stage, they say, you don't. Somebody said, Royal, don't you let them white men host the show again, brother.
Hey, I don't want to either. It's just the nature of the business. You know, Mitchell is out. Drew Smith is just the default PG1 at that point. Ugly hoops.
Listen, brother, these white people will be hosting another show because I will not be doing all of these games. I will take I think I did have a scheduled break earlier in the year when they had the West Coast trip. I'm taking another one, but we'll get to that point when we get to it, and you will watch them all the same. Pulling up to the panel one time for the one time. We got my boy Bubba. Bubba, how you doing this evening?
Great. Glad that we only play 30 minutes of basketball every night, according to Twitter. Game ends at halftime. Did you know that, Royal? Adam Silver implemented that games end at halftime now.
Well.
Hero haters were real silent until the other half of the game was played. I'm sure we'll get into all of it. This team stole my parlay, so I'm especially fucking pissed tonight. We'll be getting into it. We just need a Heat money line. What a joke. We'll break it all down, though.
Yeah, this is why Bubba no longer gives sporting gambling advice on this network. Because, brother, if you put any money on the Miami Heat, then you lost it tonight. The Miami Heat lost to the Dallas Mavericks 118-108. How to describe this game? Well, Tyler Herro had a pretty good first half. And people were kind of beating their chest about that. Look at them. They were down 10 when these tweets were flying, by the way. At no point, I think after the first quarter, the Heat were up 33 to something or another. They were up by like 5 points. And then everything after that just felt like Cooper Flag couldn't be stopped. Anthony Davis had a few moments, not very many, but like Cooper Flag was the catalyst behind them getting beat tonight. And again, like no Norm Powell tonight, so you know what I mean, like whatever that means to some people. But again, it was this game looked like last year. Like the team looked listless. Like they didn't have shit to do. Like they didn't have shit to stop them from getting into what they wanted to get to. It felt I felt no force from Miami in this game. It didn't feel at all like last game where Miami came out like with intentionality. It felt like they had already split with Dallas, and they were happy with that, so they just packed their shit and went home. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm probably not because I'm never wrong. But we're gonna start with Jordan tonight. Jordan, give me your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great start for Herro, but it was a great start in that he got to dominate the ball and put up all the shots. And like you said, we fell down behind 10, and that seems to be a common thing where his usage goes up, the ability to win the game goes down, and I don't understand how people don't see it. This is the fourth game he's been back. This is the third time where we score 110 or less after averaging like 120 for the entire season. So do with that information, which I will.
So what's going to end up happening is the same thing that always happens in circumstances like this, where they're going to like. So for once, I will agree. Like Tyler Herro isn't the reason that we lost this game. Like, and I don't think like anybody up here is going to say that. Like he's the reason that we lost this game.
I might say it depends on how mad I get.
I won't get mad at you, brother, and I might agree with you when you do say it. But I'm like, as of right now, I'm not feeling like Tyler Herro lost this game. But to act as if Tyler Herro has no part in this team not looking like the well-oiled machine that it was earlier in the season, that to me is where the disingenuous part of this comes in at. Like people will point to his averages and point to kind of like what he does individually on a night in, night out basis. And then they'll point the finger at everybody else. They're going to say, well, the rest of the team couldn't hit shots. Miami was 11 for 37 and shot 30% from three tonight. And they don't assume that Tyler has nothing to do with that, even though he shot 2 of 7 from three. Want to thank Vibes with being with the 499. Don't know. He said, Herro thing is so annoying. His fans make everything about him. It's so obvious the team is worse with him. I'm glad I have common sense. Shaking my head. That's the issue. Luca Paulon, 1642 with the 499. Don't know. He said Wiggins killed us in the last 2 minutes. That man does not pass at all. Who is the closer for this team? Is it Norm? Like when we need a bucket? That's a problem that Miami's going to run into often, because I think they say we need to say good things about Herro so we can trade him.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No,
I would do whatever's necessary. But yeah, I agree. Like we don't know who the closer is on this team. I think they're going to depend on injuries to figure that out. I feel like it's also been too long since I've acknowledged the chairman of the Kang Gang's presence. Kang Ricky J. Mark, how are you doing this evening?
I'm solid. I'm not gonna lie. I was in bed, but I figured I'd get up and see what was going on downstairs.
Yeah, aggravate some folks. Aggravate some folks a little bit.
Aggravate? Why would I aggravate folks? Well, I'm sorry. Am I your enemy because I tell you the truth?
No, you're not my enemy. That is? You are not my enemy at all, Kang.
No, not you. But I'm just saying,
oh, the people. Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's how they view it.
I only have knowledge and understanding and reading comprehension above the level of a 12th grader to share with them. That's it.
Come on now. Talk to him nice. But we're going to pass the sticks to Shelton. Shelton, want to hear your thoughts on the game tonight, brother?
Pass the stick is crazy.
Yeah. I'm going to write that one down.
Brother, y'all ain't run track?
Hey.
Okay.
I was a soccer player in high school, but anyway.
I played ball.
Yeah. It was okay.
I'm sorry.
He's playing ball. Okay. I'm gonna write that down too.
He got it.
It was more of the same.
You know, like, I ain't unpacked that yet. I ain't unpacked the pen and pad yet. But don't worry. We'll be taking notes on our.
You have to write it on the desk.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shelton.
No. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, it's more of the same.
Put it on the desk is crazy.
I'll get this initial sentence out one of these times. It'll happen. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Action. All right. Yeah, more of the same. Like some have been saying in the chat, and Jordan kind of alluded to it. They have scored less than 110 4 times this year. 3 of them have been since Tyler Herro returned in the 5 games that he's been back. They are 3-2 since he came back. The 2 of those 3 wins, the Mavs, they beat the Mavs the first time by 4 without Anthony Davis, and they beat the Bucks by 3 without Giannis. It's just like I'm over it. I'm tired of it. It's like we got the big Giannis news today. I would love to spend hopefully a portion of the show, if Royal allows it, talking about how we're going to trade Tyler Herro for Giannis, if that is something. It's just the same stale brand of basketball. Tubi JD Vance is tweeting things in the first half after a quarter of basketball is played, and we just have to deal with that shit for the next 10 minutes because Tyler Herro made his last field goal with 7:45 remaining in the second quarter. He did not score a single second half point. He did not have a single assist. He finds no way to maintain his relevance throughout the course of the game unless he's just heaving shots and disrupting the flow of the offense.
Wait, Tyler didn't score in the second half?
Did not score a single second half point. He had his last field goal was with 7:45 left in the second quarter, and then he got to shoot the technical foul with 5 seconds left in the half. That was the last time he scored the ball. Did not score in the second half. I'm over it. It's just like this isn't just this is this season's 5-game sample size. We have like 200 games of a sample size at this point. We don't need to we don't need to draw this out any longer. So, you have a guy in Milwaukee who has seemingly made it apparent that he does not want to be there. Hopefully the injury tonight is not too serious. So let's kick the tires.
Yeah, I'll reserve some time towards the end of the show so that we can talk about the Luka, not the but the Giannis thing a little bit. Hey, Ricky, just my bad. Let me put this coming up from Luca Pallon. I think his name is Luke Apollon, but I like Luca Pallon better. 1642 with the 499. Don't appreciate your game. He said also Jovic's ass. Yes, he said I think Jovic must be very good in practice and they suck in the and just suck in the game. I truly think the lights are too bright for him. Yeah, I don't.
Luca Pallon.
I don't care what his name
crazy.
is.
Can I answer that one from?
Sure, go ahead.
Actually, I think Jovic is ass in practice too because Spo will play niggas if they practice well. Like Drew Smith plays, so Drew Smith must practice well as well. Like I think Jovic is just ass from practice to the game to the point where Spo is just like I can't do shit with him.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I just don't think that the perceived skill set is what other people think it is. I'm sorry, I'm looking for a specific video to quote tweet JD Vance. So I'm doing that right now. In the meantime, Bubba, want to hear your thoughts on the game. But yeah, Jovic's ass, bro.
Yeah, Jovic's ass. He should be under federal investigation and probably in handcuffs. We already know this. Let's blame the actual motherfucker who lost the game tonight. His name's Tyler Herro. If you want to rank people who actually are important to the Seed organization right now, it's Bam Adebayo, it's Eric Spoelstra, it's Norm Powell. Everybody else is not important. It's over. Shelman said everything that needs to be said about the record. I'll just lay it on extra thick. Pause. With the fact that he didn't fucking score in the second half against the worst team in the fucking NBA. What more do you motherfuckers need to see? This dude is not it. He made $31 million tonight to go out there and do Pilates and cardio like fucking Lane Kiffin in the hot yoga room. Enough is enough. This team plays different without him. If it's not in the eye test, it's in the analytics. So whether you're a nerd or just a ball watcher, you fucking know what's happening. We don't score. We don't win. The team sucks when he plays. That dude actually decided to make something happen tonight. And I'm talking about Giannis, who actually decided to make a call that it might be time to leave. You send that motherfucker right back home to where his place of residency is. Good old-fashioned cornbread and cheese-eating Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome back. That's where you can chuck up shots and not score in the second half. Anyone defending that sorry excuse of a performance tonight has a mental problem. And we already know that, but it's completely over. We'll talk about other players tonight, but tonight was the nail in the coffin. Actually, there's about 50 nails in this coffin, unfortunately. But tonight was maybe the last nail in the coffin. And just a word to the wise, if you're tweeting about halftime about Tyler Herro performances, seek Christ, seek God, whatever religion it is, find one. Because you are done if you're tweeting about Tyler Herro at halftime. The fact, I thank you, Shelman, for actually pointing out that he didn't score. It's not just like a halftime. He didn't score in the last 7 minutes of the second quarter either. So when the game actually meant the least amount possible, he scored. And that just is classic Tyler Herro. So he needs to get ready to learn Milwaukee, even though he already knows it. Enjoy cheese curds, beer, Packer games. Heard it's a fun time. It's over. You need to pack your bags and get ready to find a new home.
So, yes, all of that. Agreed. The Tyler Herro conversation is both like kind of like my bread and butter, and it's becoming an annoyance at this point. Partially because like I'm right and people just won't admit it at this point. And then the other part is like it's like y'all talking about. People like to do victory laps like when he's playing well, even if it's at the expense of the team. And then when I take my little trot around the path, I'm weird. And I'm rooting for the team to lose. But like when I'm doing my trot, the team's winning. When you're doing your trot, the team could lose, and then you just tell me it's not his fault. Like, I don't know where the balance is. Like at this point, like the conversation has no nuance whatsoever. Like it doesn't. It's either you love him or you hate him, which is cool. Like I'm fine with all of that. But at least like let there be a shrivel of honesty in there. Like you can call what I do hate or whatever, but my hate is rooted in stuff that I'm actually saying. It's my actual opinion. A lot of times people are like defending him in order just to counter the opinion that they don't like. And it is not anything genuine. It's disingenuous as fuck. And so it forces me to be disingenuous. And I don't care though. Like I have no morals and values when it comes to this shit. This is basketball to me. So I will lie. But the truth is, like, I won't say that he's actively trying to hurt the team, but his play style is counter to what this team has proven to be good at. King Ricky, I've seen you disagree with a lot of the kind of Tyler commentary tonight. Yes, we did, Major. Shout out to the boy Major. Hey, listen, brother. I appreciate you for coming in here and taking this beating. But yes, indeed, we've called you 2B JD Vance. We talking about the disingenuous nature of like you coming in here with your Tyler shit. But like, look, I respect it because you represent the opposite side of the aisle as me. And so I don't really mind what you do, brother. And like, it's all good with me. But just call it for what it is, though. Like when he actively plays bad, say he actively plays bad. Will I say he played good when he played good? Probably not. But you root yourself in honesty. You are a person of integrity. Have integrity when it comes to Tyler Herro in this conversation. You say Herro got to be better in the second half. I agree, 1,000%. But shout out to Major, man. Shout out to Fire Reason. Shout out to them guys over there. Shout out to what they do. Kane Ricky, I'm sorry that we went on that little tangent, but I was excited to see Major come in here just to kind of like show a little support, just to kind of face the music that he knew we was probably talking shit about him. So shout out to him. But go ahead, King Ricky. Want to hear your thoughts? Well, you haven't shit on Tyler Herro at all, by the way. Like, just want to make that clear. And you probably won't. Go ahead.
I'm just quite frankly disappointed by what I'm hearing tonight. Tyler Herro is one of the most important re-signings, the most important draft picks in Heat history. And the fact that he didn't score in the second half has no bearing on his value to this team. Is it his fault that this team doesn't have a functioning point guard that can get him the ball in the spots that he needs to receive it? No. Is it his fault that there are not enough rotations defensively and offensively that can properly capitalize his unique skill set? No. Is it his fault that when he does attack the basket and decides to be aggressive, he's not rewarded with multiple trips to the foul line? No. That's bad officiating, bad coaching, and bad teammates. Tyler Herro had a good deal of points tonight at first, but once the game shifted,
this guy stinks.
It was clear that as what happened in the last game, teammates started to sandbag him because, quite frankly, it's becoming very clear that they're jealous of the attention that Tyler Herro receives, not just from the fan base, but from this front office. And I've already said it's very disappointing to hear some of the nonsense that I've heard so far regarding Tyler Herro. And it's sad because just the idea that the Milwaukee Bucks if they think they can get Tyler Herro for just Giannis Antetokounmpo without throwing in picks, or anything like that. It's quite frankly absurd, and it's very clear that you guys need to watch a basketball game for more than 5 minutes.
All right. So here's where I will give you credit, and I'll play along. Like, this conversation is infinitely more nuanced than we have made it. When it comes to Tyler Herro, he's not responsible for every win. He's not responsible for every loss. I said it.
He's responsible for the wins. He's an inspiration to this franchise.
Okay. I will say that I do agree with you that Tyler Herro is one of the more important kind of like draft picks, signings, and re-signings in Heat history for several different reasons. Like, whether they be positive or negative, I won't get into that. But like,
all
again,
positive.
This conversation is way more nuanced, where he's not responsible for every win. He's not responsible for every loss. I just think that the conversation surrounding him needs to have a bit more give and take from both sides. Like, people should acknowledge that the way that he plays is countering to what this team was doing. But they can also acknowledge that Tyler Herro does help this team. He adds a scoring pop to this team that they don't have when he's not here. Like, him and Norm next to each other are two guys who can score the basketball. That's something that can't be questioned. Whether or not they can coexist in the same backcourt, whether or not they can coexist on the same team, is a matter of opinion. He said the Herro stand role Ricky is taking is impressively annoying. Brother,
he is elite.
He is, brother. You stole the word right out my mouth, brother. King Ricky J. Mark is elite at what he does. You said I said your name right, but now I feel like I gotta mess it up. Luca Pollen, with the 1640. Oh shit, that's your numbers in your name. 1642 with 199. Don't know. Appreciate you. He said Ware looked more aggressive than Bam. That's sad. Okay, let's pivot this conversation a little bit, because I don't want this to be an entirely like Tyler bashing thing. I can't do that tonight.
Yeah, slander gets old after a while.
It gets boring too, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, on Twitter is one thing. On the post-game show, it's just not worth it to sit up here and just talk bad about Tyler the whole time. Like, there's more parts of the game that we can discuss. And I think Bam is a good pivot point for this, because I agree that at points in this game, Kel'el Ware looked more aggressive than Bam. But I don't think that means that Bam wasn't aggressive tonight. I think Bam played well. I think he shoots too many threes. Like, at this point, yes, he can make them when they go in, cool. But Major, I appreciate you for stopping by, bud. What you said? He said, Royal, I agree. People think I'm more of a Herro fan than I really am. I like him. He's good. He's an all-star, but he makes mistakes and isn't perfect. I just like looking fun at people like Royal that hate him so much. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You are.
BJ Armstrong was an all-star in 1994.
Yeah, you the opposite end of the coin, brother, for me. And so, like, Twitter needs both of us. They need what you do. They need what I do. But I appreciate you for stopping by.
Yeah.
Appreciate you stopping there with the kid. Okay. I know. Let's talk about Bam a little bit. Jordan, we'll start with you. Bam, talk about Bam's game, the disposition, like how people have kind of contextualized who he is as a player based on like how many shot attempts he takes.
Shit, my bad. You caught me off guard. I was looking up something. Bam,
he was watching porn.
I was doing stat research. Excuse me. I'm not like your other road twin that be giving Mount Rushmore stats on Instagram. Bam.
I don't understand that reference. I read books.
Don't worry. I'll send it to you later. Yeah. You said as far as what people watching Bam shots.
I'm just saying, like, I want you to contextualize Bam. Like, you can start with talking about his game tonight, but I also want you to like dive further into kind of like the Bam discourse, kind of like what we was doing with Tyler. How some people have to be content with like bashing him based on how many shots he takes in the game.
I don't think people. I'm not trying to say this to like I know more ball than people or anything. Like, I don't mean I genuinely don't think people understand Bam, like a player like Bam, right? Like, it's like I was talking to someone and I was trying to explain to him like the fact that like Bam literally turns the team from a bottom five defense into like a top 10, top 5 defense, just for like being on the court. Ricky, I don't know what you're looking around for, bro.
He turns the team from a bottom to a top. I don't like what I'm.
Mute. Can you
I'm
take
a,
his mic?
Can I take King Ricky's mic? He's done nothing offensive. And brother, and no, I would do no such thing.
Guy,
brother, the thing that he's asking me to do on this show, crazy.
I need a minute.
But yeah, I think Bam's more like he's kind of like a I don't want to say like a hub player, but that's kind of what he is. Like you're looking for Bam to score, you're not going to get that. Bam's going to feast on open shots when he gets them, but he's not going to force the issue. Granted, he's had to do that more this year because he doesn't. There's a he who shall not be named by this fan base is no longer here to like kind of take the number one duty options, and Tyler missed a huge chunk of the season. So
LeBron,
Bam has stepped up into that role of like I'm leading the team offensively and defensively, but again, him leading the team offensively is not just jacking shots, which people need to understand that is not the only way to lead a team offensively in the NBA. Like Bam's a hub. The team don't work without Bam. Their record is entirely worse if Bam was to miss the same amount of time as Tyler. That's no disrespect to like Tyler, but that's just the reality of the situation. Even with the Kel'el thing where people are like, Kel'el can replace Bam, he can't.
They forgot when Bam was hurt, like how bad the defense was.
Yeah, like Kel'el's been great, and I think it's actually kind of a disservice to him that he's kind of lost his starting, but he's been doing great on excelling in the minutes he gets. But you don't get the impact of what Kel'el's doing without Bam out there essentially being like his big brother on the court.
Yeah.
Can I jump on the discourse part? Like, I feel like there's this weird dynamic where like I'm not trying to make this more of a thing because you already kind of touched on it a little bit, but like there's this weird dynamic between the fan base where they're trying to pit Tyler and Bam against each other for some weird reason. I don't know if anyone else gets that vibe, but it's like every time there's a bad Bam game, the Herro fans come out and they have to make it a huge point. Every time there's a bad Tyler game, you know, the Bam fans come out and have to make it a huge point. And then there's obviously people like us that just, know ball more than everybody else, of course. But it's just like, I don't know. There's this weird, like, you can't appreciate both of them for what they are. And it always has to be like, no, this is the guy that the team should build around. Like today I saw something like on Twitter with the Giannis discussion. They were like, do whatever it takes to get Bam off my fucking roster or something like that. And you can kind of guess who the person of, well, you can guess who the person of choice, the player on the team that they were a major supporter of was.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand why, if you want to shit on other Tyler Herro haters, just shit on the Tyler Herro haters. You don't have to make it about Bam. Like, I don't understand why. Well, I can't speak to that as a white man, of course, but
yeah.
Wouldn't you of all people know what racism looks like as a white?
I wouldn't know what racism looks like from the perspective of a black man.
He's gonna survive the solstice, guys.
Come on now, come on. We always knew Shelton was gonna be one of the chosen few. You've always known this. Yeah. But I
didn't you say Wang Gang last stream?
No, you
no.
Who said you could speak?
I haven't told you to talk yet, but no, I agree that the discourse has gotten out of hand. Like it's not pitting them against each other; it's recognizing them for what their individual talents and abilities are. So, like when you say something like Bam is a hub or like Bam is one of the engines of the offense, and you don't consider Tyler in that same breath, like people take that as a shot to Tyler Herro, but it's not. Tyler Herro's primary function on his team is to get himself going and get himself scoring the basketball. It's not really to facilitate for others. That's not one of his strengths. That's not what he does. For Bam, on the other hand, Bam is a more fill in the gaps type guy. The team needs a little scoring. He provides a little scoring. You need somebody to pass the ball. He passing the ball. Always his job is to rebound the damn ball. But like, that is what you mean by like an offensive engine. You can run offense through him, and there are multiple people that can be effective as you're running this offense through him. I don't think that's the case with Tyler Herro all the time. Sometimes it is. I'm not going to act like he never has games where he can be an engine. But like on a regular basis, the engines of this team feel like Bam, Davion Mitchell for sure, and Jaime Jaquez, in my opinion. Like, I think those three have been the primary engines behind Miami's offense. I may be wrong. Like, I don't even consider Norm an engine. I consider Norm in the same vein as Tyler, somebody whose job it is to go out there and get his own buckets. You know what I mean? And everybody else feeds off of that energy. Anthony DiNardo's here. God. I do have a question for you that's not how you're doing, because you know I don't care about that. What do you and Tyler Herro have in common?
I'm doing good tonight, Royal. Thanks for asking.
I didn't ask.
0 second half points.
And give me your thoughts on the game tonight, bro.
It's like, as soon as Dallas said we want to eliminate Tyler from the game, he's scoring too much, they eliminated him from the game and he no longer scored. It's like the optimal closing lineup with him. No, because this is where I've been at. Ricky. Like, I think Herro makes this team better. I think they can use his scoring punch throughout the game, right? But he is not in their optimal closing lineup, and that is mostly because of defense.
He's not in their optimal lineup at all.
No, the optimal closing lineup is the optimal lineup then. So, no.
Okay, if you consider the same thing,
yeah. So there was the play that really was kind of the dagger tonight. It's when if the Heat didn't get a stop,
Wiggins decided to be a G leaguer for 5 minutes.
Yeah, he was terrible.
He was terrible. He was awful.
But respecting NBA champion.
The one to me that really
awful.
stood out, where I said, okay, there's no longer a chance. I should have cashed out the Heat money line minutes ago, was when Tyler Herro was pressuring Max Christie like 10 feet behind the 3-point line, and Max Christie just walked right past him. Bam had to step up. There's the lob over the top to Anthony Davis, and that's your game. It's like he got blown by so easily that it was ridiculous.
All night.
No, all night. Norman Powell is not a defender, or not known as a defender. Like, obviously, Davion Mitchell is not getting blown by like that. We know that. But neither is Norman Powell. You know, you at least need to be serviceable. And Tyler Herro is not that. And that's why I don't think he should be in these closing lineups, especially when the Heat have their best defensive unit out there, you see how they can wreak havoc and it can completely turn a game around. And that's what stood out to me, you know. And I know when you guys were doing the discourse, Tyler versus Bam, that whole sort of thing, it's because if you're going to trade for someone significant, one of those two is going to go. And it really should not even be a discussion as to who.
Yeah, give me like another 10 minutes of this game, and then we'll get into that for about 5-10 minutes. You were talking about something, and then I just conveniently erased it from my mind, but I wanted to make a point about it.
The Herro closing lineup, defense.
No, it wasn't the defense. That's what I'm talking. Thank you. It was the comparison between Norm and Tyler's defense. Just full disclosure, Norm is a shit defender off ball. I just want to put that out there. He's fucking awful off ball. But he's a better on ball defender than Tyler. So it's not as easy for people to go around him as it is for Tyler. So it's, in a way, it's equally as compromising, but in many other ways, it's less compromising. People call Tyler up and pick and rolls so that they can get their offense running. They don't do that to Norm. They just backdoor his ass to hell. Bubba, you want to jump in here?
Yeah, I think Tyler Herro is the worst NBA defender since Isaiah Thomas, the short one.
Trae Young exists.
No, I think Herro is significantly worse. I don't think we've ever seen somebody be put on a cross on national television since Jesus Christ than what we see what happens to Tyler Herro. When I'm telling y'all, when it was cut to like a 6-point game, maybe 110 to 104, and Herro went for a stupid ass fucking reach on the Anthony Davis, and he just banked that shit in and look at that cheese curd eating motherfucker like, oh, bitch, are you fucking dumb? Did we not get 4 games of a public humiliation ritual against the fucking Cleveland Cavaliers? Name another NBA player that's happened to. You actually fucking can't. He is the worst defender in the NBA. Bottom, last. Norm Powell can be second worst, I don't give a fuck. He's not worse than Tyler Herro. He is the worst defender. If any player in the NBA, Rashad Johnson, Haywood Highsmith, Michael Jordan, Isaiah Thomas, Mugsley fucking Bogues, it doesn't fucking matter. The dudes who are hosting podcasts right now could come out of retirement, lace him up, and drop 50 on him. He's the worst defender in the NBA. I can't even believe this topic came up. It's not a topic. He's the fucking worst. Bottom. 0. How many players are in the NBA? 1,109. He's 1,109 of 1,109. He's horrible. Horrible. The worst ever. When he went for that reach on Anthony Davis, I looked away. You knew what was going to happen. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, so any lineup with him out there that doesn't have 4 all-pro defenders immediately is a liability. And I hope they take that shit to Milwaukee. 100% the worst. There's nothing to jump in on. Sorry, I know I just did, but he's the worst defender in the NBA. Anyone arguing with me is completely incorrect.
So I'm gonna throw it to Ricky J. Mark so that he can argue with you. But I want to move into the Giannis talk a little bit now. But I'm gonna let everybody kind of go around, get their last thoughts on this game, talk about a player that we didn't get an opportunity to talk about. Just any final thoughts from this game that you wanted to just kind of share with the audience. I'll start with you, Ricky. Like anything else? What's the last thing from this game that you want to talk about?
I think it's incredible to see how Kel'el Ware could basically roll out of bed and get a double-double and like a 2010 double-double at that. Yeah. I think it speaks to his potential, what he's capable of doing, and what may be in store for this or any future team once he strengthens his body and he makes sure that the wiring up here is consistently locked in because the kid got talent. He's a big man that can stretch the floor, block shots. He needs to be more disciplined. He needs to learn the game more because I think right now he's playing on athleticism. Once he starts playing with what's up here, sky's the limit for him, I think, quite frankly. So him, yeah. Another thing is I'm a bit dismayed by how Jaime Jaquez Jr. is no longer the backup point guard. He's not going to Milwaukee. Jaime Jaquez Jr. is no longer the backup point guard for this team. And I don't know if you guys have noticed that during some of the stretches throughout the games, Jaime's not the one handling the ball and moving the offense around. And it shows. It's unfortunate to see. And I think they need to get back to that in some way, shape, or form, because that's a big part of what not only made Jaime a 6th man of the year candidate, but stimulated the offense in a way that it did. Wiggins had a rough
Another
last few minutes of the game, but I think he'll be fine. He's contributed a good deal just this season alone to where it's like, oh, it's a bad timing for a bad game. He'll bounce back. He's a veteran. He's a professional. I'm not worried about him. And so as far as everybody else, it was a rough night. This was not a game that they should have lost, but they lost. It happens. These are games that happen throughout the season. But so long as Tyler Herro continues to get reps and shots, this team is going to be just fine, because any team with Tyler Herro as its best player is a championship level team. And I look forward to seeing this team in the not just the Eastern Conference Finals, but the NBA Finals. They might even beat my Knicks.
Ricky, you had me.
Real quick, Royal, do you think we should do?
I ain't gonna lie. What's up?
Real quick, Royal, do you think we should do a memorial similar to how the United States has the Vietnam Memorial and the Korean War Memorial for things that have died because Tyler Herro's on this basketball team? Starting with Jimmy Butler winning a ring and everything ranging from that until, let's just say, Jaime's 6th Man of the Year campaign. How many motherfucking things is this guy gonna kill besides my parlay? I'm done. This was it for me, bro. No more playing nice on Twitter. No more out of this shit. Jimmy should have a fucking ring. Jaime should be 6th Man of the Year. Herro shouldn't have to be a starter while also running the backup unit. He doesn't have a fucking extension. He needs to go home, just like LeBron did. Go back to Milwaukee. We're done. How the fuck do you score 0 points in the second fucking half, but say you're Luka Doncic? Are you fucking brain dead? Are you dead-ass Tua Tagovailoa but in a Miami Heat uniform? This is the same motherfucker having Nike commercials overseas because they can't actually watch the fucking games. You think if people in China saw this shit, they'd give him a fucking Nike ad? If you fucking fell for this shit, seek Christ, seek Muhammad, seek anybody. Call a rabbi, call a fucking priest. I don't know what you got to do, bro, but you're done. Seriously, no more name calling, no more any of this shit. Oh, he said Trae Young. Of course he said Trae Young. He's still worse than Trae Young. I'll carry Tyler Herro on my fucking back from Boston to Atlanta right now for Trae Young. He's fucking terrible. He's killing this team from the inside. This is some Stranger Things shit, dog. He's from the upside fucking down. He's not here to help. He's here to hurt. Figure it out.
He's not 11, he's 14.
We don't win when he starts. We don't win when he plays. He dove at somebody's ankles 2 years ago and we went to the fucking finals. They still kept this motherfucker. It's done. He makes $30 million a year to do stupid shit. I'd trade him for Kevin Love tomorrow. I'm so fucking done with this dude. Fuck.
Okay. That was fantastic.
Are you brain dead? Are you Tua Tagovailoa? That is a late addition to Basement Line of the Year with a month ago. That is
bro. Yeah, bro. We gotta put that down. We're gonna hang that up in the rafters. Ricky, I do want to like circle back around to some of the things that you were saying. Because I think the Kel'el Ware conversation is an interesting one that we haven't had yet. And we won't get to it tonight. But considering that Norm wasn't starting, I thought it was interesting that they decided to start Pella instead of Kel'el Ware. Which kind of further cements the fact that they're leaning into this small ball thing where Spo wants to keep that kind of going together. And I'm not a fan. I thought this was a good opportunity for them to get back to some of the things that they did well earlier in the season. And just use Tyler as kind of like the Norm replica, and then you start Bam and Ware next to each other, and you know. But I thought it was interesting that they started Pella instead. Like that kind of cements the direction that they hope to go with this team, and they're trying to get Tyler, Davion. They're trying to get this small ball thing off the ground. Jordan, let me hear your thoughts. We already heard Bubbles. Jordan, let me hear your thoughts on anything that we missed on this game before we start talking about this Giannis thing.
I mean, I got you. Want to kind of talk about the weird thing and
go ahead.
Well, one, I need everybody to be prepared. We're going to be 500 again by February. So I hope y'all enjoyed the Miami Heat season between October 4th and November 22nd. That was a good time.
Is Tyler going to be injured? Why are the Heat going to be
don't worry about it. Stay tuned. Secondly, I think with the weird thing, and Spo can't help himself, bro. Like, he can't help himself because I think he's learning the wrong lesson from, like, I'm not even like blaming the Tyler thing necessarily. Like, I'm not saying it's Tyler's fault. This is a Spo thing where I think Spo is taking the wrong lesson from the pace slowing down and the team playing awkwardly as like, oh, I just need to kind of brute force it and then make it work. And it's like, no, it was working because of the way you were playing before. But knowing Spo, he's a creature of habit, and he likes things that he knows that works. So he's probably going to junk the fast-paced offense at some point coming soon. Like, he's just going to get rid of it. Tyler talked about when he came back where he was saying, yeah, we probably are going to integrate more pick and rolls as the season goes on. So, like, they're not going to play that way for long. Like, it's winding down on the fun play style that everybody like. And I think it sucks because like it's like they found something that finally works, and because we have the Tyler thing, and Spo doesn't really trust. I don't think he fully trusts Kel'el or like bigs in general. Not saying like disrespect to Bam, but Spo kind of prefers wing players, and he likes a small ball lineup, and so at some point he's just going to toss this offensive experiment and go back to what he knows.
Does anybody on the panel think that the reason that Kel'el Ware is coming off the bench is because Miami literally doesn't have a third big?
No, I think it's what you said.
Okay,
he wants to keep the lineup the same because he envisions that the lineup is going to be Devion, Tyler, Norm, Bam, and Wiggins.
Yeah, that's his.
So I could actually see that though.
What you saying, King?
No, I could see that. It's plausible. I don't think that's the main reason, but it's certainly a plausible explanation. Because, like I mentioned the other day about, like, when I used the Ray Allen example during the 2014 season when Wade was missing all them games, he still kept bringing Ray off the bench because of like a rhythm that he was trying to develop heading into the midway and latter point of the season. So,
yeah, I think that's kind of what it is. I think that's the reason Pele started tonight, is because he wants to keep that together. I'm just wondering if the philosophy behind that is kind of like we need Ware off the bench as our bench big, because Jovic has proven himself to not be as reliable as we had hoped coming into the season. I think if Jovic was better, then we might have more of a. I think that I agree with you, Jordan, in the sense that like Spo is stuck in his ways and he relies on small ball. But I think if Jovic had came into the season and provided what they expected him to provide, then they'd be more willing to let him be the sole big coming off the bench, as opposed to like having to force Ware there.
Well, to Jovic, I don't think that was a Spo thing anyway. Like
the Jovic thing.
Yeah, the re-signing. I don't think Spo had anything to do with that.
I think Spo has something to do with every roster move that's happening.
Well, oh yeah. Well, I want to say nothing to do. Like, I don't know if he was the one pushing. Like, yeah, we should keep him.
Oh, you said he's not like Drew Smith. Like we're supposed going to bat for him. It's just like he don't mind. I understand.
It was kind of like, oh, we're re-signing Jovic. Okay, I get it.
Right. Like Shelton, anything that we didn't get to tonight that you wanted to get to?
Yeah, I'll keep it short. I just wanted to talk about Jaime a little bit. I have been very impressed with him this year. I think he has done everything that you can really ask of a guy that's like trying to find where he fits in on a team. His defense has been absurdly improved this year. So much so, and some people might find this egregious, but at this point in time, I would say he should be at least in the contention or the conversation for like a second team all defensive team because he's been that good.
I disagree with that.
I'm just going off of what I've watched and some of the metrics that I've seen that kind of back that up.
Well, the whole first team is going to be OKC starting five.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to make it anyway. I'm just saying he should be like, we gave this guy a third place vote because we are acknowledging his existence type of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, like his shot wasn't falling tonight, but like he was a menace defensively. I really like that like one back and forth, like fast break he had with Drew Smith where they just kept passing it back and forth and then Drew Smith laid it in after he stole it from Cooper Flag. But yeah, just wanted to give him his props because I shit on him a lot last year and he has improved, I think.
Yeah, I think I do not think that he's improved. I think that they gave him a role more suited for his skill set in terms of, and it was, I forgot who said it that already, but somebody was talking about how he no longer plays backup point guard. I think that is a big part of what's happening to him right now. The ball is not in his hands nearly as much, and also like teams have kind of scouted the whole attempts at the rim being, his bread and butter, and this putting the center thing on him has been smart. Like he can't shoot, so you can guard him with damn near anybody tall. Stand the man 954. Shout out to the crib with the 999. Don't know. He said Tyler messed up my 6-leg parlay, but good thing I had a backup with the under. My boy, you know how they do around there in Broward, brother. Come on now, we don't take no L's. Ed, did I get a chance to give you your opportunity to speak on the last, on your final thoughts?
No, but it's kind of a good segue too, because I know you want to talk about Giannis, but
yeah,
I've kind of talked myself into Anthony Davis as well. I just kind of always felt like the Giannis thing was a pipe dream.
Yeah.
And considering the Heat have no assets, they still don't have the draft capital to compete with other teams. Like, I just don't want to keep doing the same thing. Oh, the Heat are on a preferred list. They get outbid. Like, the fact of the matter is, the unfortunate reality is the Heat only have enough assets to get a flawed star. A guy like Anthony Davis with the injuries, or Zion with the injuries.
Ja Morant.
Or Ja Morant.
You said you disagree,
yeah, I'll let him finish and then I'll.
Okay.
Yeah, in terms of the young talent, if a team really likes Ware and Jaime, you can get into those conversations. But in terms of draft capital, they obviously they don't stack up, with other teams in terms of draft capital. So I look at a guy like Anthony Davis, if the trade value is as low as we're hearing, given the contract and the injuries, and if it takes Herro, Jovic, and the 2 picks we have, it's like, even if Anthony Davis gets hurt, this Heat team has proven they don't need Herro to be very good in the regular season. So if you can find a way to manage Anthony Davis's minutes, not put a big as much a usage on him because they like to spread the ball around, maybe there's a world where he can stay healthy come postseason, and now you got one of the most dangerous lineups in the league. So I've kind of talked myself into him.
So I kind of like straddle the fence on the Anthony Davis thing because, yes, I straddled the fence. King Ricky. I can see both arguments. I can see the one argument, whereas Anthony Davis, I seen him and Bam play next to each other in the Olympics, and that defense was light years better than probably what the league has seen in a long time. I think defensively that duo could be crucial, but I do have the concerns about the health, like most people, like everybody does when it comes to Anthony Davis. And I also have concerns about, with Anthony Davis, the individual player, I think like the league has kind of like passed him by in a sense. Like he's like a relic in today's NBA, and I don't think he necessarily helps Miami in a way of any significance that I would be willing to give up. But like again, like I don't know where I sit on that. Shelton, you said you disagree. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I'll touch on the Anthony Davis thing for like 2 seconds. Yeah. I do like
Anthony you can pivot us to Giannis.
Yeah, the same way you described it, like his injuries are obviously something that are a concern. If you can get him super cheap and then use the rest of your assets to get another guy, then like I'm on board with it. But like,
define super cheap.
I would not give up anything significant for Anthony Davis out of pure fear of his injury history. I would fear that he is going to just die, and then we just like there's no point to have even traded for him.
So his contract necessitates that we give up something of value.
Right. I mean, I
got the perfect piece. Don't worry.
If I'm being honest, I would trade like for Anthony Davis specifically. I would trade like
Terry
a protected first and Terry Rozier.
Yeah,
and that would be like it. That would be like my max.
I think I'm with you. I think I'm with you there. Where I don't want to give up anything of significance for Anthony Davis. If you can
get an Anthony Davis and then another dude with the remaining assets, then I could maybe be persuaded into taking like a roll on the dice there because you're gambling essentially.
Okay.
But pivoting to Giannis, like, I think this is the most assets they've had in a while when this conversation has come up. And I'm someone that has constantly been yapping on Twitter repeatedly about how they're never positioned well asset chest management. They currently can trade 2 firsts and 3 swaps. They can trade Tyler Herro, who is a young established player, which is what pretty much every team that's trading away one of these superstars demands in a trade. We want an established young player. They always say it. Mm-hmm. They could trade Kel'el Ware, who is an up and coming young player. They could trade Jovic, who is a young player who is a project. They could trade the dude's last name that I'm not going to say because I can't pronounce it, and the one that Nasty Man nicknamed. They could trade him because he's a fresh first round pick. So there's another like young prospect. They have a couple seconds.
Clarify for me who you're talking about.
Caspar something or other. Jonas.
Kasparas, Jakucionis.
No, I don't think that was his name.
I'm not saying the other one. But anyway, my point is, I'm trying to get this going here. The teams that could outbid us in theory are all teams that trading for Giannis would be either currently disrupting their fit, like OKC. Like, why, if you're OKC, you're 21-1, why would you trade to acquire Giannis, even though you have unlimited assets right now? It makes no sense. You just won the championship. You're 21-1. Why would you break up what you have going? And then like another team that could outbid us would be like the Spurs. But like, why would you speed up Wemby's timeline when you have Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, and some of these other players? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me for the teams that could in theory outbid us to outbid us. So like that boils it down to like the Knicks, and the Knicks package is worse than ours. So I feel like they are actually weirdly well positioned to trade for Giannis and be in the conversation, especially if Giannis goes to the front office that says, I would prefer to be traded to New York, Miami, or I don't know, pick another third team. But like the Heat could make a legitimate competitive offer if Pat Riley doesn't fucking fumble that shit, which he might.
All right, so let me start here. Like, is there anybody on this panel, for one, who does not want to trade for Giannis?
Well, I want to. Can you hear me? I don't got my mic in.
Yeah, I can hear you.
The couple of things though, so I'm kind of curious how you feel to Alex and everyone else. Is the whole thing with the Spurs though? You got to take advantage of the value on that Wemby rookie contract, and same with Castle and Harper. So it's almost like getting Giannis is smart, because then by the time Giannis retires in 4 or 5 years, that's when that Wemby second contract will be up, and then you can kind of go from there. But if they could take advantage of his rookie contract and the value of that, getting an all NBA first teamer on just a couple $1 million, I think that'd be very smart for the Spurs to do. Now, would Giannis want to go to the West? Probably not. I actually don't think we'll see any Western Conference teams on his list, because why would he want to go into a bloodbath when he could sleepwalk to the finals every year in the East? And in terms of the Knicks, I heard an interesting point today. The Bucks don't actually control any of their first round picks for like 6 years. They're all either gone or swaps. That might give the Bucks some incentive to not want younger pieces and go more in a kind of compete now direction with the Cats and Mikal Bridges. So I think that's something to keep in mind too.
No, that roster's getting blown with the ring.
Yeah, I don't
Giannis is out of there. I don't see any way that Milwaukee pivots to a win now move, because Milwaukee is historically bad at first, like acquiring free agents. That small market team. It's going to be a while before they're able to attract another star. They have to.
If they're trading Giannis, they're accepting the next decade of mediocrity to shit.
Yeah, and they have to try and draft their way back into relevance. Like that's kind of the way that I see that.
On the Wemby rookie deal point, like the Spurs have set themselves up to basically be like OKC diet. Like they're diet OKC.
Football. Also, I don't know if I want Giannis to come in there and stunt Wemby's kind of development. Like I understand, like pairing those two would give you a front court that would be hell to deal with. But like there's also going to be an acceptance that Giannis would be the new alpha in San Antonio. And I think they're trying to kind of build around Wemby there. And I don't think you want anything to come in there and kind of disrupt that process, especially considering
the Spurs have like 4 or 5 tradable firsts, but they also like could just draft other great players, because some of those firsts belong to teams that are not very good, and they might end up high in the lottery. Yeah, the Spurs, me, it feels premature for them to trade for Giannis.
If Wemby gets hurt, then they got themselves a chance. Like they already have like premier young talent on their team. I think they're going to just invest in that and try and see what they can grow and then trade from there. Again, so I want to position this question that Ant rudely interrupted me on. Does anybody here not think that it's in Miami's best interest to trade for Giannis? No? Okay, cool. Let's go to the question. Go ahead, Ricky.
I'm hearing some things that really have my attention, especially as far as the Spurs argument is concerned.
Sure.
Last I checked, in the games that Wemby has missed, which I believe has been about 9 games since he's been out with a calf strain, they've gone 7-2.
Okay.
De'Aaron Fox has really started to come into his own as a member of that Spurs team. And I think right now they've already started to build something out there with Wemby already on the bench, getting ready to come back at some point in the near future, to the point where it's like, I don't know that they necessarily need to trade for Giannis, because they have a 1-2 already.
It accelerates the timeline.
That's relatively young, and I get the accelerating the timeline argument, but that's fine. I mean, I imagine we'll revisit this.
All-time great Klay Thompson put belt to ass tonight.
I didn't know Megan was in town.
Come on, that's Jordan GOAT. Klay Thompson. He said he was the number 2 shooting guard.
That's not what I said. That's not what.
We all heard you, Jordan.
You're right. Everybody heard me in the
yeah. Bubba, want to hear your thoughts on kind of like the Giannis kind of like conversation that's happening in Miami's chances of like sneaking in there and probably being able to pull off something that will redeem Pat Riley in a lot of people's eyes.
I think it's just going to come down to whatever Giannis says. He said in the offseason that he wanted to be a Knick. They talked to the Knicks for 2 weeks. If Giannis has Miami on the list, they'll talk to us. I kind of lean towards more Sheltman a little bit in terms of I actually think we are uniquely positioned to get him, but I'm also not falling for this shit again. So I'm not getting too emotionally invested whatsoever. I'm not even going to retweet a single Photoshop, which is, if y'all know me, that's strong. I'm going to be better. I actually kind of likes what Ant was bringing up about AD and some of these other guys. Obviously, after a Giannis thing kind of subsides, I don't think he's getting traded this year. I don't think he's actually going to be a deadline move. I think this is going to be an off-season thing. But kind of once that subsides, I like us trading for like an AD, a John Morant, a Zion, somebody like that we've talked about before. I agree with everyone that I wouldn't add anything of value or significance to this team to those trades. So I'm leading every package with Tyler Herro and seeing what they say. I wasn't even trying to be funny. He brings no value whatsoever. They're completely better without him, as we've talked about. It's literally addition by subtraction. If you traded Herro for anything,
GM, if you are listening to this, Tyler Herro is a phenomenal player. You would be.
If you trade Tyler Herro off this Heat team, not only do you get players back that can contribute, you also just get a better team as a result, as we've seen time and time again. I kind of like AD, but the injury shit scares me. But Zion gets hurt all the time too, and it's not like Ja's on the court 24/7. So you're kind of always playing that game with some of these guys on a low cost. I'd like the Heat to maybe identify someone and go with that. The way Kel'el's playing, honestly, I don't see a huge need for AD out of all those specific guys. I mean, like you were saying, Ricky, Kel'el right now is getting double doubles in his sleep.
If AD was on this roster, he'd be a starter.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%. So
something I have actually written about on rjmblog.com. You can check that out on your own time.
So I think that one of those options is more realistic for the Heat. I'd love to say that we're going to sit here and get Giannis, but it depends on what Giannis says. I think the Bucks are going to, more than the Blazers did with Dame or some of these other guys, really do right by Giannis, and I think he kind of controls everything when it comes to a team. I hope what Sham says is true, that it's more than just the Knicks. I just think a local talent for the city of Milwaukee, small market franchise.
With no graduate.
It sells some jerseys at least, you know?
I just want to jump in like 2 seconds. Yeah. How shit the Knicks offer is. It's like Cat, Mikal Bridges, and 3 swaps. Like they can't even offer.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
Their 2026 first because they don't own a 2027, and the 2026 they have from the Wizards is protected 1 through 8, and they can't trade either unless that pick conveys first.
My only point was that if Giannis
Miami
says,
is willing to trade,
I mean, how valuable is Cat to Milwaukee at this point?
I don't
he'd get
think
flipped in the offseason if this was done at the
deadline. That's what I'm saying. Like they just signed Miles Turner. I'm
gonna tell you right now, I'm out on
and
Cat.
Mikal Bridges is not worth
you out on Cat, dude.
This is what I'm saying. Like every time I see this guy faced with a big opportunity to like step up, he turns into Big Purr, commits stupid fouls, and then laughs about it on his way to the bench with foul number 4.
Welcome to the club. We've all been out on Glorilla for a couple months now.
Oh my god!
Hey, yo, watch your mouth.
What's up? Who watch your mouth?
Bubba talking about we out on Glorilla. What's wrong with that?
That's
what he'd be doing in the post.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, no, he can't back up the 5th grader. It's sad.
We've been out on the Zesty Flex for a little bit.
Jordan,
this is not extreme cap, by the way. This is quite literally the deals that have been floating around on Twitter, like to make the money work and to actually put something.
That's
positive stuff forward.
Sonia Wu, your name is still elite, but your comment is wrong. Jordan, where are your thoughts on the kind of Giannis discourse?
Everybody, there is 14 niggas the Bucks can pick from on this team, whoever they want. It is 14 of them they can pick from. No, but for real, I think if Miami, hey, listen, if Miami's on Giannis list, they be absolute idiots to even like second. Like, there's no second guessing this, especially because this is what they've been telling us they've been waiting for. Like, this is the moment that they've been waiting for. Literally, they've said it through every single channel that they actually talk to, that they've been waiting for a Giannis or a Jokic or a Luka. Two of those, or Ant. And Ant's not up anytime soon. Jokic is not leaving Denver anytime soon. And Luka just re-signed in LA. And they basically told Luka, you got the keys to the kingdom of it. So, like, your opportunities here. I don't know what the fan base was doing today, trying to like argue about you can't send Tyler or Ware or Davion. Like, no, they can everybody can go. Like, that's not what this is. I don't really care about the quote unquote future because like it is what it like. I'm not going to get hung up on a sophomore in high school that like they're not going to play, who gets stuck in the G League. Like, we just drafted a rookie who don't play. Like, so what is it? I don't know what the fan base's obsession is with draft picks all of a sudden. When
Brother, we drafted a nigga who in his 4th year and don't play.
Yeah, like Spo does not give a fuck about young players. Pat Riley also doesn't give a fuck about so the president and the coach of the team do not actually care about young players. They stuck Ware in the G League most of the year until Bam had enough. And like said, I want him to play. Kasparas is stuck in the G League now. He keeps getting flown out from Sioux Falls to watch games. Like, literally, they send him to Sioux Falls and then fly him back.
They are committing climate change to fly him back and forth.
Like, it's crazy. Like, they fly him out to literally say he's available, and then he just watches the game. And then it'll be like a blowout. Well, it used to be blowouts. we don't have those anymore. What a fun time those were. And then even in the blogs, like when we played the Clippers, Spo put him in the game with a minute left. What is he supposed to do with a minute? Besides force up a shitty layup that he smoked.
The two of them.
Like, what is he supposed to do? So to say like, there's no hesitation with the Giannis thing. And to the Ware point, I like Ware a lot, and I am at the point now where, like, Ware's not untouchable. Like, Giannis is the player I'm tossing Ware to the side for, though. But if they're like, oh, we want Ja Morant, you gotta give us Ware, then no, I'm telling you no. I don't even want Ja on the team. That's a different point, or Zion or whatever. But yeah, you don't do that for Giannis. Giannis is like a top 20 player of all time. He's one of like the three, four best power forwards of all time. Like, I don't know what the hesitation would be.
Dunk,
other than
KG,
Dirk, Giannis.
Charles Barkley.
I think Giannis.
I got Giannis over Chuck.
Actually, I got Giannis over about 3 of them, but we not finna.
Wait, hold on. You got Giannis over Chuck?
Yes.
Walk me through that.
I don't. We could do that. We could do that after the show.
Two-time MVP, defensive player of the year.
No, we can do that after the show.
Who put this up here? Because this is great. Tonight was. This is from Anthony Chang. He said tonight was tied for the Heat's slowest game of the season. The Heat, which entered playing at the fastest pace in the league this season, 106.1 possessions per 48 minutes, played at a pace of 100 possessions per 48 minutes. I think like Well. I think perception is oftentimes reality. And I don't think enough people have done that. To Jordan's kind of weird point about like it's not weird, it's factual. Like Heat fans, Giannis is an easy, palatable move for a lot of people. But you saw a tweet earlier today from 5 Reasons where they were talking about you don't blow this up for anything but 2 players, which is Giannis and Ant. And it's like, what is this? This is like we watched a shitty basketball team last year that's fun to watch, but still mid this year. I don't think anybody should be holding the fort down for any player on this roster. I'm with Jordan. There are 14 players in the Heat system that can all be traded for Giannis. But each one of them can also be traded for somebody else. Like I'm not holding on to Tyler Herro if I can upgrade the talent. Like I think Ja's an upgraded talent, and I understand people don't want to deal with that, but I would trade Tyler for Ja because there's a higher upside to that.
Something just popped in my head though.
What's up, King?
Just random scenario. I just want to have a little bit of fun with it, right?
Sure.
Let's say you wake up, let's say January 15th. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure that's some arbitrary deadline somewhere. You wake up January 15th, 2026, and after the headline that involves the expiration of a certain orange, you also see that the Miami Heat have engaged in 2 separate mega trades involving the acquisition of Giannis Antetokounmpo and Devin Booker from Phoenix.
Okay.
That's your core. Now, that means, however, as a result of acquiring those 2 players, Bam's gone.
Bam and Tyler.
Yeah, you've given up Bam and Tyler. Kel'el's probably gone too.
Yeah.
Probably.
So it's Kasparas.
Maybe Riley.
So it's Jaime.
So maybe. Well, no,
but
maybe Riley holds on. You know what? You know what? Here. How about this? The only 2 players of any substance that are left as a result of this trade are Kel'el Ware and KP Kasparas, Jakucionis, the rookie. Everybody else theoretically could have been moved. How do y'all feel?
I think we
heading
just
into the remainder of the season.
I think we just made ourselves into like a slightly better version of the 2022 Milwaukee Bucks. Like it's not. I don't think that helps. I don't think that helps you win anything.
I think we're favorites to come out of the East.
Yeah, but I don't know if we win anything with that. Like it's great to have Book and Giannis, but again, to the Giannis point where people are like, all right, we want Giannis. Peace out, Bam. It's like, no, the point is to put, or like Royals AD point, like the point is to play people with Bam.
Because here's the thing. The reason I'm saying
Giannis,
this is because
Giannis and Devin Booker are quite the consolation prize.
Oh, no, they are.
Every time Miami had to make a major like step, like remember, if you go back to 94, 95, right? Glenn Rice was your Bam Adebayo if you were a Heat fan then.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
And
he was the franchise you wanted to build around him, right? They shipped out Glenn Rice and they shipped out Glenn Rice, and then they brought in Alonzo Mourning, who was unhappy, whatever, on another team, had some success, whatever. And then not long afterwards, they brought in that guard that he needed, Tim Hardaway, who had success elsewhere, had some injury issues, but came and still had a few good years left. And then from there, the team was built. The Mashburns, the Marleys, the Ike Austins, the
PJ Brown
guys. PJ Brown, yes, from the Nets.
Damn
so, I mean, I'm just saying, now, obviously, I'm just throwing this out there just because. Yeah. The reason I'm saying this is because I don't want anyone to feel too wedded to any of the players on this team if what you truly want is a parade down Biscayne Boulevard, because quite frankly, sometimes you might have to give up the big piece.
I agree. I think that's kind of I think that's a good place to like put a bow on this conversation, but we're going to have it several times over because I agree. And it boils down like even something if like Milwaukee says we want Bam Adebayo in a 1-for-1 swap for Giannis. No other moves down the pike, nothing looking ahead, none of that shit. You do that. You do it. Like you do it. Even if that means Tyler Herro still on this roster or whatever, you do it because Giannis is, as has been stated several times over, one of the greatest players in NBA history. Look, we've gone for an hour and 11 minutes.
He's him. He's one of them.
Yeah, he's one of them. We've gone for over that. I don't really care to do the next game just yet. We'll do a post game for the game. Also, I haven't met my new neighbors yet, so I don't know if I can be yelling into this microphone, fuck is you talking about, at 12:07 a.m. and not have the police called to my house. So thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Brother, we all drowning down here. Thank you to the panelists, Bubba, Ant, Sheltman, Conda Kang, Jordan, and of course the chairman of the Kang Gang, Kang, Ricky J. Mark. We'll see y'all next time. I'm not having the video prepared. Ant, you ready?
Oh yeah, we packing somebody up tonight.
Free Ethiopia, free Tigray, free Somalia, free the Blonde Heights, free R. Kelly, keep the free Diddy, keep them under the jail, free Venezuela, hands off Venezuela, free Tory Lanez, free all them countries in Africa that are subject to neo-colonialism, and of course, free Palestine. You know what it is, okay? It was a genocide going on in the country right now, and it needs to stop. Hands off Palestine, hands off Haiti, hands off